Epictetus was a Greek Stoic philosopher who lived during the 1st and 2nd centuries AD. He was born a slave in Hierapolis, Phrygia, present-day Turkey, and later obtained his freedom. He began studying Stoicism as a young man and eventually became a teacher of philosophy. He taught in Rome until the Emperor Domitian banished philosophers from the city in AD 89. After that, he moved to Nicopolis in Epirus, Greece, where he established a school of philosophy. Epictetus' philosophy was heavily influenced by the Stoicism of his master, Epictetus, and the Stoic philosopher, Chrysippus. He believed that the key to happiness and freedom was to learn how to distinguish between things that are in our control and things that are not. He argued that we should focus on improving ourselves and our own actions, rather than trying to change external circumstances. Epictetus' ideas have had a significant impact on the development of Stoicism, and have been studied and admired by many philosophers throughout history. Epictetus was a slave and later a freedman, who was Epictetus' master and a significant influence on his philosophy. Not much is known about Epictetus' life, but Epictetus often references him in his teachings and writings, praising his wisdom and virtue. Epictetus credits Epictetus with teaching him the Stoic philosophy and instilling in him the belief that true freedom comes from the mastery of one's own thoughts and emotions, rather than external circumstances. Chrysippus, on the other hand, was a prominent Stoic philosopher who lived in the 3rd century BC. He is considered one of the most important figures in the development of Stoicism, and is credited with systematizing and formalizing the philosophy. Chrysippus' teachings emphasized the importance of logic and reason in understanding the world and living a virtuous life. He also believed that the universe is governed by a rational principle and that the goal of human life is to live in accordance with nature. Both Epictetus and Chrysippus had a profound impact on Epictetus' philosophy, and the development of Stoicism. Epictetus' emphasis on self-control and the ability to distinguish between things in our control and things not in our control are heavily influenced by Epictetus' teachings. Chrysippus' emphasis on logic and reason can also be seen in Epictetus' teachings. Epictetus also believed that understanding the rational principle of the universe and living in accordance with nature were key to a virtuous life. Epictetus was heavily influenced by both Epictetus and Chrysippus. Epictetus taught him the Stoic philosophy and the importance of self-control and the ability to distinguish between things in our control and things not in our control. Chrysippus' emphasis on logic and reason and the belief that understanding the rational principle of the universe and living in accordance with nature were key to a virtuous life, are also present in Epictetus' teachings. Here are a few of Epictetus' most famous quotes, along with explanations and examples. It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters. This quote highlights Epictetus' belief that external events are not within our control, but our reactions to them are. We cannot control whether we lose our job, for example, but we can control how we react to it. Epictetus would argue that instead of dwelling on the negative aspects of losing a job, we should focus on how we can use this experience to improve ourselves and find a better job in the future. The key is to keep company only with people who uplift you, whose presence calls forth your best. Epictetus believed that the people we surround ourselves with can have a significant impact on our lives. He argues that we should choose to spend time with people who inspire us and bring out the best in us, rather than those who bring us down. For example, if you are an aspiring writer, it would be beneficial to spend time with other writers who can offer constructive feedback and encouragement. He is a wise man who does not grieve for the things which he has not, but rejoices for those which he has. This quote highlights Epictetus' belief that we should focus on the things we have, rather than dwelling on what we lack. Grieving for what we don't have only leads to unhappiness. Instead, we should be grateful for what we do have and find contentment in it. For example, instead of focusing on not having a luxurious house, we should be grateful for having a roof over our heads and a place to call home. The greater the difficulty, the more glory in surmounting it. Skillful pilots gain their reputation from storms and tempests. This quote emphasizes the importance of facing and overcoming challenges in our lives. Epictetus believed that overcoming difficult situations is what makes us stronger and more capable. He also points out that skilled pilots are known for their ability to navigate through storms and tempests, not for their ability to avoid them. This can be applied to any aspects of life. For example, an entrepreneur who started a business during a recession and managed to make it successful, would be considered more reputable and skillful than one who started a business during a booming economy. We have 2 ears and 1 mouth, so that we can listen twice as much as we speak. This quote highlights the importance of listening and understanding others' perspectives. Epictetus believed that it is essential to understand and consider other people's opinions, rather than always trying to impose our own views. This can be applied in many aspects of life. For example, in a work setting, it's essential to listen to feedback and suggestions from colleagues. It can improve the overall work and the team dynamics. These are just a few examples of the many wise and thought-provoking quotes from Epictetus. His teachings and philosophy continue to inspire and guide people to this day. In conclusion, Epictetus was a Greek Stoic philosopher who lived during the 1st and 2nd centuries AD. He is known for his teachings that focused on the importance of self-control and the ability to distinguish between things in our control and things not in our control. His quotes are still widely read and admired today for their wisdom and insight. He taught that external events are not within our control, but our reactions to them are. He emphasized on the importance of surrounding ourselves with people who inspire us, focusing on what we have, facing and overcoming challenges, and listening and understanding others' perspectives. Epictetus' teachings and philosophy continue to inspire and guide people to this day. We hope you enjoyed learning more about this ancient thinker and that his words have given you something to ponder and reflect on. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more videos on philosophy and personal development. Thanks for watching.